Have you ever wanted to gather all of your selections for your home project together in one simple spot? I'm going to show you how to do that using PowerPoint. I use it all the time with clients, and it is so easy and fun to use, and it's just a great place that you can take everything that you're seeing and kind of layer it in to see if you really like the way it looks together. And I'm going to show you how simple it is. I'm Lisa Wood. I'm an interior designer in Asheville, North Carolina, and I am a certified living in place professional. I'm helping a friend with her kitchen remodel, and they are going to be gutting everything that they have currently and extending out, increasing the size of their kitchen and dining space, and also really the livability of everything. What I'm going to do is take the ideas that she has shared with me and put them into a PowerPoint presentation that I will create a style board from. You can call it a style board, you can call it a mood board, you can call it, I don't know, a catch-all place of whatever you have that you want to just throw in there. But it's really very simple. So let me show you how to do it. And what I use is Office 365. So we have the latest version of all of the Office products, and the PowerPoint is in there. So if you have PowerPoint, you're good to go. You can do this in Canva as well, but I will show you how simple it is in PowerPoint. Let's get started. This is the blank screen of a PowerPoint presentation, and when you open up PowerPoint, you go to a slide and you can name it whatever you'd like. We're just going to go ahead and name that kitchen. You can then title it client, your client name, your home name, whatever you'd like there. If you want to have a cover page, you don't need to have one. You go up to insert, you pop a new slide in there, and personally I like to just get rid of these boxes so you don't really need them. I have saved the inspiration into a file for her underneath her name. So what I'm going to do is just take these images and pop them into the presentation. So you'll see them come in here. The over to the right, they're going to auto-populate with a lot of opportunity to make it look kind of fancy, but I don't think you really need them. So just kind of grab whatever. You can do this with furniture. You can do it with uh, kitchen cabinets. You can do it with whatever you're looking at. And I'll explain to you why I picked what I picked. And it's very easy. You just copy and paste everything and stick it in there. Where it's going to get a little tricky and where there's some really neat things that you can do is you can actually grab multiple products together by holding down the shift button and then adding those in, copying them all at the same time and then popping them in to the presentation. Right click, copy, paste them all in. All right, so there we have it. So now we just want to kind of arrange it. This is a cabinet door. We can shrink this down. Another cabinet door, they're liking some of the grays and the creams. This particular granite I popped in there, it's called Fantasy Brown. It kind of brings in a lot of what they're both looking at. See how there's this edge around here that's exposed, and we don't necessarily want that. So you can right click on it and crop on it to bring the edges in and get rid of the parts that you don't like and don't necessarily want to see. And then just click out of there. So now it's a lot cleaner. So with the cabinets, we'll get them up out of the way and let them kind of nestle in over here. The hardware, we can have that, right click it and bring it to the front of the items that we're looking at. And so see how this has a white border on it, and when you put it over the counter, it overlays and creates a white square. You could leave it like that, or if you'd like to, double click on it, and if you come up here to the left, it's going to say remove background. Click on that, and sometimes it will grab the color of the item, If you think it looks okay, just click OK. But see how it cut off some of the handle? So just go back and click back on it, and it'll highlight again, and you can click the areas with this little pin that you want to keep and make sure that it doesn't grab all of that, and then keep the changes. And so that's a little bit better. So then you can just kind of lay that over there. If you want to turn this stone a different direction, whoop, you can. This is a pretty stone. It's got some nice movement to it. This is one of the cabinet fronts. The way what it's doing is featuring the door panel, the door style, without it necessarily being the right color. So you can kind of bring that in as inspiration. I like this drawer insert, so I was going to show that. And then I've got this stool, a counter stool that I think could work really nicely for the stone top. So see, it's going behind everything. So if you just right click and bring it to the front of the page. Now let's see if we can get rid of this background on this, because it's taken up some space and I want it to go away. So again, the pink is highlighting what it's going to take out. So you can mark the areas that you want to keep. You don't have to be super exact. I think it's going to pick up some of the cabinet because of it being the same color. We'll see if we can get rid of this in the center. Oh yeah. Got a little bit of that out of there. I think we're going to need to try to keep this leg over here. If not, it's going to look a little sparse. All right, see how that works. Not too shabby. So you just right click and then it's there. It's not perfect, but it's okay. If you want to try to work on it a little bit more, you can bring it back in and see where it's missing. If you go back and click remove background, you can come back in with the pen and try to highlight those areas that seem to be erased. Keep those changes. Again, it's not perfect, but it does kind of help clean up your drawing a little bit if you don't need to show all of that. This was another door style that I thought was attractive. We'll go ahead and bring this one to the front as well. And if you overlay that granite, it's not going to be a big deal. Oh yeah, and the hood. Let's bring this sucker up. So again, bring it to the front. And we'll make these cabinets a little bit smaller because they don't need to be so prominent. I'm not really liking this cream cabinet door, but we'll find one that's a little bit better. But I just really want to show you how easy it is to put all this together in a PowerPoint presentation that you can use as a tool when you start pulling all of your materials and items together. This was another counter stool that I liked. This one doesn't need to have the background removed, but this hood definitely could. We could get rid of that white background. So you can do it a couple ways. You can right click on it and crop it in to get rid of most of it. The reason why, oops, I grabbed it too much. If you don't grab that little box, it'll smush the entire object, the item. But if you wanted to get rid of all of that white background, again, double click on it, go up to the left and click on that remove background, and then make sure you highlight back what you want to keep. Very simple. I think it's going to be okay. And there you go. So this is the reason why I chose this hood, is because it kind of mimics their fireplace, but it's a little different than what they have. And I want to show this to them as an option. of what it could look like. And if you needed to move a chair around, you could flip it backwards and forwards if you wanted to kind of get a different angle. See how simple that is? I think that works really well. And again, you just will copy and paste and put everything in there together, and you kind of get a good feel for what things will look like when you've got it all there. And then you want to make sure you save it. See how simple that is? You can get everything you want into one PowerPoint presentation, and then when you have it all in, you can save it, whatever your project name is. You can export it as a PDF if you want to, but I will tell you that when you get lots of images into one PowerPoint presentation, it gets very large, and it's going to be something that's very hard to email to somebody. So what I have found, my trick is, I will go in and take a snapshot of each screen, and it won't make it so hard to send because it comes at a lower resolution. So you can do a screenshot of each page. And then if you need to, once you have everything together, then you're able to print that off, put it in a notebook, and take it with you when you're out shopping for your materials. If you find granite and you find the cabinet colors that you want, you just kind of want to lay it in and see how it all looks together, you can actually, go to the cabinet manufacturer, go to your stone yard, identify what your stone is, and look it up online. And a lot of times you're going to find those materials. But it makes it really great just to kind of keep your color palette going and fresh of mind. And it makes it easy to swap things out. So say you like that fantasy brown stone top that I had in there, but you want to put it with a different cabinet or mix it with some different materials, you can duplicate the slide and and then omit what you don't want and put in what you do want. So it's just a simple little tool. I have found it to be very easy, and I love that little trick on getting rid of the background. I hope that that is so helpful for you guys. Last week, I talked about furniture arrangement. If you had not seen that video, you might want to go take a look at the last two. It was for another client that we did. We were working on their master bedroom and creating a new layout, and then showing you how to do furniture layout with cutouts. So simple. And then today, we are talking about how to lay it all in a presentation using PowerPoint. If you use a different program, let me know what you use. Anybody can use this for free, whether you're a designer, homeowner, just a creative individual, but PowerPoint's super fun, and you can use it for a lot of different applications. Again, keep it simple, but create a plan, because once you have a plan, it's going to help you run your project a lot smoother. If you have not liked and subscribed, please do so and click that bell. We love to bring you new content every week, and I would love to know what you're working on. If there is something that I can help you with, comment below and I will be sure to answer. Would love to get your ideas on things that you would like to learn. In the meantime, I hope you guys have a fantastic week, and until next week, take care.